Why does it cost so much to live in this free country? This boneheaded plan here with agriculture and health and everything else, business. Look, you're looking right now, even Skull and Bones FedEx and the Carlyle Group are taking hits. The economy's spinning out of control, kind of like that weather modification. They just don't know how it can end, and they have a hard time managing it, of course, full of hubris, thinking that they can control everything in the world and take all of the best things in the world for themselves, is beginning to backfire. That's all part and parcel about what we're discussing today with Tom James from hempusa.org. You just heard the jingle. Tom, is that you that sings that?
Yeah, I sing that.
Thought I recognized the voice. You're very talented.
Oh, well, thank you.
I like the jingle. It's very catchy. We do have Tom on to talk about the hemp product as a healing product, and this is something I'm very concerned about. We need to pay attention to our immune systems, to our weight, to our health. Otherwise, of course, we're going to be caught up in these giant eugenics plans, so I want to always delve a little deeper into this. If you have any questions for Tom, you can give us a call at 800-259-9231, 1-800-259-9231. Phone lines are open here for about the next 5 or 10 minutes. One thing about hemp is it reduces food cravings and sugar cravings and other quick junk foods and energy junk foods, so it is a good substitute for the potato chips and everything else we're buying.
You're absolutely correct. It will kill the desire for junk food. That's why after people get the powder and the oil, I always recommend the seeds because they're a wonderful in-between food. Wonderful. You could take them with you on trips, could watch TV with them, take them out to golf, could put them in your pocket, and one handful will give you all the nutrients that the human body requires for vitamins, minerals, nutrients. One handful for a 24-hour period.
And you have salted seeds and flavored seeds, that kind of thing as well, right?
Oh, we have all our seeds are toasted. We're the only company that toasts them in North America, and we also salt them if they like. We salt them with a very high-quality sea salt.
I'm going for the salted version, as we discussed. Let's go to Jono, who's calling us from Austin, Texas. Had a question for you. Jono, thank you for calling in. You're on the air with Tom James.
Hey, thanks, Jack. Hey, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. It's really interesting. I'm fixing to buy your ad. Jack, you're talking about you didn't know too much, and I didn't know that much about hemp. But it's a globalist thing that's going on since the 30s. Basically, the cotton industry and 3M that have kept hemp from being grown because they know that if the secret got out, which I hope it really does, but thanks to you and Tom and anybody else that's listening likes to spread it, that we can get hemp to be more of a staple in our lives with everything. It makes better clothes, more durable. It holds the dyes longer. And it's just basically the best superfood that's
John, I mean, there's no coincidence that since the 30s, when this was somewhat eradicated here and taken out of our diets and out of our lives, that we've got more sick people than ever before.
That's right.
That's correct. That's correct. We need to bring homeostasis back to the people in this country and around the world. People that want to be healthy, I would definitely recommend this superfood for anybody. It's found in the Word of God in Ezekiel 34:29. If you go to my website, you'll see some other scriptures about famine and how this food is going to help us through famine. And I really urge people that if they're interested in storing this food to call me, get some information, and start vacuum packaging it because this is a wonderful storable food, and it's very inexpensive.
I'm going to give out the number in a minute. Anything else, Jono?
No, I appreciate it, Tom. Thanks for your hard work, and Jack, and everything you do.
Absolutely.
And talk to y'all soon.
Thanks for paying attention. The number, well, first of all, the website, again, is hempusa.org. That's easy to remember. You're going to hear the commercials. Also, if you're not online and you just want to call and get more information, place an order for the powder, the seed, the oil, the soft centers. They even have hemp coffee. You can give them a call at 908-691-2608, 908-691-2608. That number's at hempusa.org. Let's go quickly to Dave in Montana. Dave, thank you for joining us. You're on the air with Tom James. Go ahead.
Hempusa.org. Click on the freedom. That's my new greeting to people. And I want to salute Tom. I think he made history. The first time we ever had hemp being advertised. I love this song. I hum it all day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you're right. This plant will feed you, clothe you, house you, fuel you. they're growing corn for fuel when we could be growing the hemp for the fuel, food, clothing, everything. It takes less land to grow more of this stuff, and everywhere you look at it, it's hands down, and the governors of our states are so ignorant upon the subject. I talked to my governor. He thinks right away he started talking about marijuana. They're ignorant. We got to break through the veil of ignorance somehow and just prove it to the people. It's wonderful, and I hope that it spreads like wildfire, what you're doing.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Appreciate that call. And that's right. We've got to unlearn the masses that we're not talking about marijuana here. Not that that would be such a bad thing, but that instantly sets off that red flag, that trigger. I can't participate in this. I can't take it because that's illegal and that's marijuana. Obviously, we've got a lot of educating to do of the public, Tom.
Yes, absolutely. Just let them know that hemp is not marijuana, marijuana is not hemp. They are different varieties of the same species. There's over 350 varieties of hemp, some that grow as high as trees and some that are only 2 feet tall. So they all have different qualities. Ours is a food quality industrial hemp. It is second to none. It will change your life. It really will.
Let's remember the United States Constitution was, of course, written on hemp. Let's quickly go to Ted. It'll be the last caller in this segment. Ted in Austin, Texas. Thank you for joining us. You're on the air with Tom James. You have a question?
Yeah, I wondered where he got the notion that the reason that we don't grow hemp anymore is because of the supposed connection with marijuana. That's not. I did a heck of a lot of research on this when I was working in graduate studies in U.S. history, and the reason we quit growing hemp was because the demand dried up. When sailing ships went...
That's one of the reasons, but they also connected it with the marijuana plant through much propaganda through the 30s for about 8 years. So
I know, but by that time, the reason for growing hemp had virtually disappeared. We grew hemp for ropes, and when the sailing navy went out the window, the demand for hemp went out the window, and that was a long time before the 1930s. It got caught up in the anti-drug craze in the 1930s. That is certainly true.
Had to be blamed on the Mexicans, I believe. It was brought into even a racial and a fear context as well, if I know my basic history. What do you think, Ted? I mean, are you convinced about some of the healing properties you might be able to get through products such as Tom's, Hemp USA?
No, I have no idea because I've never tried it in that direction. What bothers me, though, is one minor claim. I'm sure this is not the bulk of his argument about cholesterol being one of the byproducts. I don't think that's true. I think cholesterol is much more abundantly found in leaves and stems, not in the seed.
Well, that's why we had you guys call in, Ted. Let me have Tom James answer that question about cholesterol. Tom, go ahead. Thanks for the call.
Okay, give me the question again?
He disputed that there was a high content of cholesterol in the seeds and maybe there would be more in the leaves of the stems, I believe was his question.
Well, the thing is, we grind up leaves and the stems only to feed the ground nutrients. So basically everything is from the seed, okay? Highest essential fatty acid of any seed, highest amino acids of any other product in the world, and it's the most densely nutrient plant in the world. And that is what I believe.
Well, and the studies are out there as well, which, again, if anyone's skeptical, you can go to Tom's site and find the studies for yourself and talk to Tom. He'll throw you in the right direction. I mean, no one here is trying to convince you into doing something you don't believe in, but at least, again, remember, as I said when we opened up the show, be tolerant of the facts here. Look at the facts, and that's why we had Tom on. Tom, an interesting conversation. Maybe we can get you back again in the near future to elaborate a little bit more on some of this stuff. But obviously there's a big interest in my audience. I want to send everybody over to hempusa.org to find out more about these products. I'm waiting for my shipment as well. I'll let you know what happens with me. 908-691-2608, hempusa.org. Tom, thanks for joining us. I look forward to trying the product and telling my listeners how it works for me.
Thank you very much, Jack, and God bless everybody. If anybody needs anything, I will be there to answer their questions, okay?
Tom, and thanks for sponsoring the network as well. You know what truth we can put out on this network. We couldn't do it without you. Second hour coming up, folks. Stay tuned.